Hi guys, Rob here, and in this video I'm looking at the Ramada Resort on Phillip Island in Victoria, Australia. The resort covers 65 acres and is rated as a 4-star property. For those unfamiliar with Phillip Island, it's located around 2 hours drive south of Melbourne and is a popular tourist spot in Victoria. So if we zoom in closer, I'll give you a quick rundown of its location and some of the popular attractions on the island. The resort is pretty much in the central part of the island, only a short drive away from the town of Cowes. Cowes is a lovely seaside country town, a nice place to stroll along the main road. Here you can do a bit of shopping, have a bite to eat, pick up some groceries, or just head down to the foreshore for a bit of fresh ocean sea breezes, or if the weather permits, have a dip in the ocean. I ate some lunch at the Mad Cowes Café. It serves up some decent food. The fish and chips I had here were pretty good. They do have a website, so if you want to learn more, check that out. Some of Phillip Island's attractions include the Grand Prix circuit, where they hold the Motor GP. Further across on the island, and only a short drive away from the resort, is the famous Penguin Parade, where you can watch penguins returning ashore. In days gone by, you used to be able to take photos, but these days you're not allowed to take photos or videos, so unfortunately I can't show any video. The penguins come to shore after sunset, so it does get cold, so bring some warm clothes. If you want to learn more, check out their website as shown on screen. It's very informative about the penguins. You can buy tickets online here. Further west is Nobby's, a beautiful piece of coastline. There's boardwalks here you can follow to get some great views. The day I went it was quite cold and windy, but it still offered some fantastic opportunities for some photos and video. After the penguins, it's one of the top tourist attractions here. There's also a discovery centre here where you can get out of the elements. We'll see the interactive Antarctic journey. If you are into wildlife, there are a number of parks around the island. The nearest, and just across the road from the resort, is the Phillip Island Wildlife Park, set on 60 acres of land. It has over 100 species of Australian animals. You can see koalas from raised boardwalks, so you can get pretty close to them. If you want to get up really close with animals, you are able to feed some animals here, including the kangaroos. When you do have food, the kangaroos here are pretty friendly and will eat out of your hands. Although I found the emus can get a bit aggressive when they're trying to get the food. While I was there, I filmed some of the emus chasing some kids for food. The place is okay, although it's a little bit run down, but nice if you want to see a lot of different type of Australian animals. At the reception you can purchase food to feed the animals as well as buy some souvenirs. Check out their website for more details and prices. So getting back to the Ramada Resort, driving there it's pretty easy to find from the main road. There's just plenty of signage. When you're there you'll be given a map, which you will need as there's so many units, and it'll take a little bit to get your bearings here. You can drive right up to the unit you're staying at. When I stayed, I booked their studio unit. Before I go into the unit and the prices, let's have a look at the features of this resort. They have 2 outdoor swimming pools at either side of the resort. At the time of year I came, it was cold, so there was no one using the swimming pool except for the birds roaming around the area. It would have been a lot different on a hot summer's day. Anyhow, you'll get an idea from the images of how it looks. There's a couple of tennis courts as well. They're close by the swimming pools. and there's also some barbecue areas. There's a spa and indoor lap pool, which was warm water, as well as a gym to work out at. For kids, there's a play area, and there's also a games room for the kids to spend your money at. To get some fresh air, there's walking trails around the resort. Their website states there's about 7 kilometres of bike and walking trails. While you're walking on the trails, you may catch some glimpses of some wildlife in the area. There is a cafe and bar with outdoor and indoor seating. It's a pretty casual feel. I only ate here once. The food I had was average. Here's a copy of the menu when I stayed. They also serve up a buffet breakfast here. Again, I didn't try this. I actually went to town for breakfast. I went to a place called Gulliver's, and on a cold morning it was real cosy to have breakfast by a log fire. I had the raspberry hot cakes with cinnamon and maple butter, and it was real nice. So back to the resort and to the rooms. As mentioned before, I stayed in the studio. To book rooms, you can book directly on the Ramada's own website. Rates are starting from around $119. They also have 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom cottages as well. On their website, they had standard rates, members rates, and multi-night rates. So have a play around on their website for the dates you're looking at. For comparison, there's sites such as Trivago, TripAdvisor, and Hotels Combined. Some of the rates were slightly different on each of these websites on the dates I put in. There's a lot of different websites offering rates at this resort, so if you do have reward points with one particular website, have a look to see if that'll help you out. So to the studio room. While it is small, it's still pretty comfortable. You have a little bit of a balcony. When you open up, it was modern and clean. It looked nice inside. It's all compact, and for a couple of nights it was fine to stay here. I'll pan the camera around so you can get a better idea of the room size. One end of the studio is the bed, with the kitchen being on the other side. Facilities included a flat screen TV, a DVD player. There was enough windows, enabling a lot of natural light to come into the room. A heater that kept the room cosy while it was cold outside. There's also air conditioning too, if needed. The kitchen itself was fairly modern, with oven, dishwasher, fridge, microwave, tea and coffee making facilities, cooktop, and pots and pans. So pretty much all you needed. At the back there was an outdoor deck. There's a little bit of greenery here, and you can see the next door unit. The bathroom was nice, with spa, came with soaps and shampoos, and of course it came with a shower with hot and cold water. Walking directly outside the unit, there were a lot of other cottages set up along the road, and it does give you that feeling of suburbia. Although it's not a deal breaker, it was the only thing I really didn't like about the place. It just felt like you were staying in the suburbs of Melbourne. Overall, I thought the resort was generally okay. There's enough features to keep the family happy. Nice for couples who want to come down for a weekend. It's got a nice laid-back feel to the place, with all the modern comforts at home. It is in a good location, fairly close to everything, although you will need a car to drive around to get to these places. And if you're looking for some stylish accommodation, the resort caters for that. It's not perfect, but I'd rate it as above average place to stay in Phillip Island. Phillip Island is a nice place to visit, and there's plenty of things to do down here. As I've shown before, the website link has a lot more information on things to do and see in Phillip Island, so I encourage you to check that website out. If you're coming to Victoria or Melbourne, I do recommend going down to Phillip Island if you can, for more than just a day trip to see the penguins, but to actually stay overnight or longer. For more travel videos, please subscribe to my channel or check out some of my other videos that I've done around Victoria and in Melbourne. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.